Big Jon. What's going on?
FG.
Episode 183. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good.
Good to
Doing
see you.
real good.
Big Jon? Did you get a haircut? You get a fade off?
Yeah, we had the haircut.
Bro, did you cut it all off?
No, it's just low.
Okay.
You just
I don't know
hey,
if I've ever seen you go that low.
I don't have no control over this. Okay, let me tell you, I've been with the same barber for 10 years. I just go sit in the chair and say, he said, "What we doing?" I was like, "The usual, or whatever you want," and I just sit there and go.
You've had the same, bro. I've never in my life had the same barber for 10 years.
I had the same guy since I moved up here. Did a couple, found this guy. That is my barber. I only go outside of him in extreme circumstances.
Wow, that's great. And you just blew my mind with something. But we have a great guest here tonight. Why don't you announce the guest, Big Jon?
So our guest tonight is my good friend Anthony, aka Pittsburgh74 on Instagram. Makes great hobby content, makes great content in general. Does a show with our friend Huddle, and has various knowledge about cars and wrestling. So let's get talking.
All right, let's bring in Anthony. Anthony, what's up?
Hey, what is up, gentlemen? Thank you so much for having me tonight. Excited to be with you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Long overdue, my friend. Long overdue.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
How's it going? How you been?
Been great, man. Been really good. Yeah, just been busy. Holidays coming up, trying to buy all the stuff I need to get. It's been a bit of a hassle lately trying to get all these gifts in and stuff like that. But other than that, everything's good.
That's good. That's good. First holiday as a married man. How do you feel?
Yeah, that's why I'm stressing about the gifts. I want to get all kinds of stuff for her, and it's like the first married Christmas. This is the one she's gonna remember, so I got to get her nice stuff that she's gonna remember. And then we're actually gonna be going to California to spend the holidays with her family. So I got to make sure I get her family all nice gifts that they're gonna remember. So just trying to be thoughtful with this Christmas.
What part of California are you going to?
So her family currently lives down in Carlsbad, but we're gonna be going up to where the big sequoias are, up in the mountains for because I guess they want to see the snow. Over here in Pittsburgh, I'm done seeing the snow, but they don't get to see it very much in LA and in Carlsbad. So typically they like to go see the snow around this time of year. So we're gonna be heading out to near the sequoias. I can't remember exactly what the town's called. I think King's something or another.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Carlsbad is real nice.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's right on the beach.
Yeah.
Actually, we got engaged right on the beach there in Carlsbad.
Oh, okay. Cool. You know all about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
Big Jon, I think you're on mute, man. Hold up. You're still muted. I don't know what happened there. Big Bear is close. Jordan Brown is saying. We got Beverly saying, hello, everyone. How things been going? I know I've been MI. Beverly, yeah, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Believe you listen to something positive. Beverly, it's good to see you. Beverly Wiggins, good to have you here. Good to have you here. Jarrell's here. Good to have you. I think Big Jon will be back in shortly. So tell us. Hold on. Let's get it back in. Big Jon.
All right, we fixed it.
Yes.
Press the wrong button.
Huddle, what's up?
Michael over there at Huddle Card Collection.
That's right. Huddle, what's up?
So Anthony, let's kind of get into it, man. Tell everybody about yourself. Hobby experience. Let them know who you are.
Sure. So I'm a lifelong hobby degenerate. Ever since I was a little kid, you know what I mean, chasing around packs, trying to get the Ken Griffey Jr. Star Rookie, or the various number of Barry Bonds rookie cards. That that were out like shortly thereafter or even beforehand. And ever since, grew up going to card shows my whole life with my best friend Marty. He and I, have been running and gunning ever since we were in like 5th or 6th grade. And I'm 41 years old, he's 42, and we're still like lifelong best friends. So it's pretty cool. He was actually the guy that I started TGT with, Transparent Grading Team. And that was a company that was like, the whole premise behind this was we wanted to bring transparency into the hobby, like right around the COVID era, whenever everything was shutting down and things were just crazy. Like people could send in cards and get multiple grades, and then send it back in and get a higher grade or a lower grade. So we wanted to just bring transparency to it. So what we did was we developed a system where we annotated each card that was sent in, and we gave you kind of like a history report of your card, kind of like a Carfax, only it was for your card. So we ended up going out to the Dallas Card Show in 2021 when we launched, and we just happened to get lucky that Jeff Wilson, the sports card investor, was walking by doing vlogs the day we launched, and he had us on, and we got to do a little demonstration, about like what we were doing, what our vision was, and stuff like that. And just based off of that, like press that we got off of his vlog and some other stuff, we ended up getting a lot of different offers to have companies want to acquire us or partner with us moving forward. And we ended up partnering up with a company called Arena Club over in LA, and they acquired TGT back in 2021. And just the interesting thing with the whole PSA acquisition, I kind of have a little bit of background in being acquired and then what it's like being acquired afterwards. So like kind of the before and the after. So I think it'll be kind of cool to kind of lend that bit of information to you guys tonight.
Yeah, I mean, perfect guest to have on after this big news that happened yesterday, right? PSA acquires Beckett, and the views from everybody's different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what? There's a lot to get into, Anthony. So what is it like the acquiring process?
So really, all it is most of the time it's somebody sending you an email or leaving a voicemail at the office or something like that, just saying, hey, we're interested in what you're doing. We'd like to see what's possible, like what opportunities there are, that type of stuff. So we met with probably 7 or 8 people, and there were 2 or 3 like real serious contenders. But we decided to go with the company that we thought like gave us the most ability to kind of stretch the furthest into the hobby landscape. And the really cool thing about Arena Club is they're partnered with Derek Jeter. So like right off the bat, like that's a huge name. Like that was bigger than, what, a few guys in Pittsburgh could have ever thought of at the time, So it was like almost like a dream come true early on, whenever we first were acquired, because it was like, wow, now we can kind of compete, because we kind of started it as like a grassroots movement, like just wanting to do something cool and positive for the hobby. And to see that it like caught on and was popular right away was really cool.
I still have my TGT slab.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I gotta turn the thing off.
I still got a few up there too.
So from way back when, the beginning of things. But so we hear a lot of things like people about PSA and wanting different options and new grading companies. What do people realize how hard that is to have a new grading company to start off from scratch with basically no traction, no trust, and how hard it is just to be different and get credibility?
It's very difficult. In fact, like it wasn't really until we started showing people like the actual grading behind the scenes that we actually even got credibility. Like we were at the Dallas Card Show, and like half the people coming up, they're like, "You're not PSA, you're not Beckett. We don't care." You know what I mean? Like that's the majority of the higher end of the hobby. But a lot of people want to grade with different companies and they want to have different service levels and they want to have options. That's why I think it's a good thing that there are different companies. But I mean, it's understandable that some people would only want to go with whatever is like the very top dollar as far as resale value as well. But
we've seen companies, especially during 2020, like HGA come in and fizzle out quickly. We have Arena Club, we have Tag, and you look at the gym rate reports every month. They are fourth and fifth respectively. So and they've been out for years. It's not like they're a new mom and pop that just came up. So but if nobody ever gives any other grading company a chance, and you don't like PSA, you seem like you've been between a rock and a hard place. It's either PSA or One Touch.
Pretty much. I mean, that's kind of where we're getting to in, the modern hobby, just because it's so expensive to grade nowadays. And if you're not going to get the return on your investment with some companies, then it's a lot harder to send your stuff there, so it's totally understandable. But some people like to send their stuff in to get slabbed just because, like, for PC, you know what I mean? And they don't necessarily care what it grades or whatever. They just kind of want to preserve it, so there's always going to be, service for somebody at some form of level. You just kind of need to meet them at their level, and you need to find the people that most kind of ascribe to what you're doing, and you'll find people that believe in your product and want to help you grow and stuff like that. So it's just about finding the people that are interested in what you do.
So we had Mr. Minty on last month, and one of the things I asked was like, when people are looking over their cards, what's some of the common things that they just miss paying attention to? And he pointed out to us, back of cards. A lot of people don't pay enough attention to the centering of the back of the card and how that affects the grade. What are some tips you have for people?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would always say take a real good look at the corners. Make sure they're not like bent, dinged, whitened, anything like that. I mean, whitening goes for the edges too. Make sure you don't see very much whitening or anything like that. On a like flush black card, it's okay to have a minimal amount, but it's probably still not going to 10. Now it could if there's a very, very small amount, but you very much want to watch out for that whitening. And also look out for any kind of surface defects that could be on there, like any kind of dents, scratches, scuffs, anything like that, on the front and the back of the card, but most importantly on the front.
I know you probably kept metrics. How long, just in general, if you can answer the question, would it take to properly evaluate a card?
It really depends on which company. Like I've worked in several different companies. The way we did it with TGT with the full annotations, for a brand new grader, it might take them 10 minutes a card. For somebody who's a senior level grader, it might take them 3 minutes a card.
Interesting.
So it just really depends on like what level the person's at.
I mean, 3 minutes a card is a long time.
Yeah, we kind of
and a lot of people don't believe that companies like PSA, CGC, give that much time to a card. 3 minutes is a long time. That means in an hour you're grading 20 cards.
Yep, and that typically is like a pretty much a minimum that most companies want their graders to be at, is about a card every 3 minutes. If you can get to a card every minute, that's really good.
60 cards, yeah. But what about training graders? Typically, does somebody have I think I have the very basic of eye, and I credit Arena Club with that, because when I first got back in the hobby and got to grading, seeing the heat maps made a difference when I started looking at cards for myself, and so I try to pull this up.
It definitely does make a difference, like where you can kind of see what a grader's looking at and kind of understand what they're deducting for. As far as like training new graders, it's a mix of just teaching textbook style, teaching like one-on-one. A lot of times, you'll be sitting side by side with a couple brand new graders, and as they're going through, they'll see a new defect and they'll be like, well, what would you do on a corner like that? You know what I mean? Then you give them your perspective, like the way you see it, and you can kind of teach them to kind of understand it from that way. But it is a good mix of just people needing to get a bunch of cards under their belt. It's also a good mix of, just having a good, tutor there to help you along when you're new, and just being well versed in whatever the grading, whatever the scheme of the grading plan is. Make sure that you're, whatever a PSA 10 is, you're giving it a PSA 10, not like a
Why, why do you think a lot of people, I'm going to get your perspective, people in the hobby will say, hey, we want subgrades, or they'll say we want graders notes, but PSA is the most dominant grader. Why do you think that is?
Honestly, I think they're the most dominant just because of their resale value, to be honest. Because prior to the pandemic, it was always Beckett that was kind of like the main company. But then I think, a lot of new people came in, and 10s were a lot more attractive than 9.5s. And they were a lot easier to attain. Like getting a 10 at Beckett is very, very hard. But getting one at PSA, like the funny thing is, like I'm friends with guys I've met at the Dallas Card Show that used to work for Beckett, and their joke is that a PSA 10 is a Beckett 8.5.
I have a card. John knows that I took the PSA, got an 8.5, cracked it out, took it to Beckett, and got a Beckett 10. Not a black label, but a Beckett 10. So
That's awesome.
What you're saying is a lot of times it can be true, but the general public may not see it like that when you talk about the brand name of the grader. But
for sure,
like that, yeah.
Big Jon, that's cool.
Were you pulling something up?
Yeah, but we can go. Okay. We got people in the chat. Let's go to the main event. Well, I guess of the night, because that's a good insight. And I appreciate that, Anthony. But what? All right. So Collectors Universe, aka PSA. We had the drama last week with the graded cards going from 9s and 10s with the sale. And they say nothing about that. This week we come out, well, we have them buying Beckett. Kind of mind-blowing. And with the same statement, better wording. I won't say different, I'll say better wording than when they acquired SGC back in February. But the same sentiment is we're going to be independent. They're going to still be independent. We want to help them, yada, yada, yada. My opinion is that you gotta tell me, not show me, because I don't believe what you're saying based on the playoffs I already seen you run. I've seen you run this play with SGC, run it down. And when SGC was bought, I was like, cool, they'll share information, they'll help build it, and quickly the word boutique threw around. Yeah. With how many cards that Beckett's grading a month, out less than 10,000 a month, really, they're already at boutique.
Pretty much.
And I know people who have been in the hobby longer than I have, who've been grading longer than I have an affinity for Beckett. And I hope for those people that they can manage Beckett right and bring them up. But I don't see it. I'm curious what you and FD have to say about it.
Yeah, I think being that you're into wrestling, you'll appreciate this. The first thing I thought of when I heard of the acquisition was like Nat Turner is like the Vince McMahon of like the grading industry right now. He's going around getting all of the other good territories and making them a part of his empire, which like kudos to him. I mean, if they can do that, go out and get all of the big graders, whether you A, kill your competition and make PSA stronger, or B, have options for people to go to. Like the SGC fans can go to SGC, the Beckett fans can go to Beckett, the PSA fans can go to PSA. I think it's healthy to give people options, even like WWE has done. They're like, hey, we're the only show in town now, so let's have Raw and SmackDown. Let's bring out NXT. Let's try to give people different options, So I think that would be a healthy thing for them to do as well. But if I had to guess, I would probably say we're looking at the same situation as what happened with SGC. Although they do add a little bit more because they have comic grading, manga grading, I think VHS grading, and some other stuff like that at Beckett as well. So whether they just start doing some of those things out of the Texas facility or, whatnot, which SGC didn't have. They basically just did cards.
We got a huddle saying here, SGC has begun to have issues since they were acquired.
Yeah,
I kind of look at this as no other brand, no different than any other brand. We can all name parent brands that have other brands under them that specialize in different things. And I think Anthony, you just said something a little bit about that at the end. I just think Beckett brings different things to the table that allow PSA to kind of dabble into that, but also keep that same Beckett name out there. If they choose to do that, they could choose to really like run the same play, shut Beckett down like they did SGC, and then have everything fall under PSA if they wanted to, or they could keep a brand that has subgrades, specialized. A lot of people like to send thicker cards to Beckett. They have the comic book side, and they do a lot of stuff that PSA really doesn't do right now. You could keep that running and then have two different options of kind of specialty now, where people are sending their cards. You can keep the black label going. You can keep a Beckett 10 going that signifies premium to people in the hobby. To me, it makes them more diverse when it comes to the cards that they're taking in any one of those areas. I tell Big Jon, and I probably am just biased. I never thought a lot of SGC's card grading, their resale values. I never sent a card there. When PSA acquired them, I felt like PSA would do what they did with that brand. I told Big Jon immediately, I thought this was great for PSA because now you can take all those vintage cards one day, because I think this announcement is still coming at some point, and you can transfer those cards over into PSA's brand, and it makes that brand even stronger. Now you have an Otani in that brand. You also have more Babe Ruths in that brand. You have more Ty Cobbs in that brand. It just makes the brand now stretch over years of card grading and collectors, and on tables it looks different. But I also think there's room for Beckett. But we will soon see how this goes.
It'll be interesting, just like people in the chat are saying, what happens with the value of the slabs, like if they diminish, kind of like SGCs have started to diminish a little bit more. Hopefully they won't. I have a ton of Beckett's. Since I've been collecting like almost my whole life, like I probably have more Beckett's than I have PSA at this point. But lately I have a lot more PSA. But
Anthony, I was talking to Big Jon about this. I think about the amount of Jordans and Kobe's that are Beckett slabs.
Yep.
And these are some huge cards. We keep seeing stuff on Card Ladder. They're selling. Where are those cards going if Beckett's brand diminishes and values go down? That's the thing to me. What's up?
Those cards won't diminish. Those Jordans, those Kobe's, those greats. You talk about greats in the brand that people your age know for being great. I don't think those values change that much. I think it's the modern, it's the wrestling, it's the Pokemon that's going to see the value change. I don't think I'm sorry. Even if you have people crossing over from BGS to PSA, that just means people who have to hold them, the numbers come down. That number's going to come down, and you can be able to tell with a lot of those older cards, right? You know right now how many 86 Fleer Jordans are graded between all the companies because of gem rate. Somebody probably be able to tell, well, hold on. A bunch of BGSs just got moved over to PSA for some reason.
100%. CBCS is the comic book branch of Beckett. And yeah, PSA just launched comics, so I'd imagine that they want to booster that, and having people not send to Beckett just means more are going to send to them.
I think so. We started this conversation talking about grading, right, and how it can be difficult for new graders. PSA just gained a bunch of graders 20, 30 years in the game.
Yeah.
They don't have to look over their shoulder for 4 weeks, 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You can come in and say, hey, this is how we do it at PSA. This is a PSA 10. Spend a week or two with this main grader and be on your way and continue continue going. The same way they took graders from SGC.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Their turnaround times are 6 months minimum for standard sending in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have way more facilities than they had in 2020, 2022 even.
Mm-hmm.
We got California, New York, Florida, and I would say in 6 months you're here, Texas.
Yep.
Not to mention Canada and over in Europe. So the fact that it's 6 months and you at the minimum tripled your facilities this year.
Mm-hmm.
Talent has to be one of the main issues in everywhere, right? We all know from regular work, finding talented people to work in our businesses to hire is hard.
Yeah,
it's something where pieces of cardboard can go from being $2 to $100, from being $1,000 to $250,000. Having those talented people there is great.
So the question to me is, I know we're talking about what's going on with Beckett, but my question is, what's about to happen at CGC?
That'll be interesting.
I say nothing, and I'm going to explain my thought with, they're owned by BlackRock. As long as BlackRock is content with the money they're putting in, I think you need a substantial millions. I would say 50 million or more to build infrastructure just to double the amount of cards they get monthly.
But keep in mind, now you only grade cards.
No, they grade comics. They're number one in comic grader.
They're the number one comic grader. They do video games, VHS,
That's right.
money.
Right.
They're like the number one in almost everything but cards.
They were where TCG was going before people figured out you can easily get a back label.
True.
With Topps Now and Pokemon and One Piece and Dragon Ball Z.
True.
What happens to the Beckett magazine? We're not doing something. They bought the magazine too. They bought all the grading and the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get the distributors, so they didn't get Southern Hobby. They didn't get Dragon Lairs, the people that make the Pokemon TCG sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens to Beckett magazine?
Be interesting to see if they resurrect that or not.
I mean, when you print something like that, is the information dated as soon as you print
it? So Hector, I can see you saying they have no issues hiring graders. I'm talking about the training of graders. You can hire. That's easy. And everybody's looking for a job. Nobody want to work.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody looking for a job, but bringing that person in and hiring them and training them, 6 weeks of training for one person for a company is an extensive amount of money. And that's why a lot of them try to retain
sometimes to get somebody competent to do it on their own.
Yeah,
it could be a 6-month process, just like overseeing their work.
So hiring is easy. You can hire everybody that comes through, but it's the money and the resources you put into training them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a good move, like just the manpower and everything, especially if you want to have other hubs.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder how long the line is for people wanting to be graders.
I would imagine pretty long. I think in most companies, most people start in like a production area, like, slabbing or, printing labels or verifying, which is like looking up the data on the cards, making sure that that's accurate. So the label is correct.
I got favorites saying I'm done with grading. Favorites, how do you feel like that? Just want to know. Go ahead, Big Jon.
One thing I told of the when we talked about this is that it's interesting that they bought it in December and then wait to January because now I wonder what kind of tax breaks this is going to, or tax incentive this is going to cost. You spent this money that you need to spend before year's end, right? They didn't wait to the end of the fiscal quarter or the fiscal year, which should be in January to purchase them. They wait to the end of the actual year, and that has to be strategic.
We got JC saying PSA should create a subgrade level and label now, and would make that their life easier. Heck Tech says I disagree. They grade 2 million cars a month. They have infrastructure, but I've expressed it, and we all have.
They're grading 2 million cars a month with a 6-month wait list. So that means there's 12 million cars being waited to grade it at any given time. You need more people if you want it to be faster. You are sorry, but you are kind of making my point.
They can also break it down regionally too, like based on where you are in the United States or the world, you can send to that hub. That way you get your stuff back even faster.
The hobby's number one complaint is it's taking too long to get my cards back. Right? I think that'll be, if not number one, top 3 complaints from PSA. And 2 million cars a month is a lot of cars to grade. But if I got a 12 million backlog and sitting in the warehouses that I got to get through, I want to continue. How do I speed this up? How do I grade another 1 million cars a month? How do I get to 3 million a month, 4 million a month, so this backlog gets down, so I don't have to shut down again?
I've expressed to Big Jon, and we had one of our great viewers, some friends on here, Jordan, that I believe that the change in times are linked to when prices change, probably when these negotiations were really heating up with Beckett. And I believe there's a technology play involved that is another part of training.
For sure.
And that all changes times, throughput, and all that jazz kind of switches up when all that stuff is going on. So,
yeah. I mean, it could be just simply how do you route the cards? How do you route the cards that come to California? You want to route them back out to the East Coast so they get mailed back quicker. It could be something as simple as that. We don't know, but I think about my
send it to one that isn't.
Yeah. Let me ask this question now. Go ahead, Big Jon. Let you finish.
I think about how even every company, right? Your Walmarts, your GameStops, your Targets, they all have regional distributors where the product goes here first, and then we're going to ship it out to this warehouse so they can go to all these stores in this one area. I mean, that could be part of the issue. It could be a lot of reasons that we don't know, but still it comes down to, if I'm paying $30 a card and I gotta wait 6 months, I just sent cards beginning of the month to PSA through GameStop, and I've said this since before Thanksgiving. I don't plan on having back before March.
Yeah, most companies are getting more into AI. I agree with this. I mean, it helps a lot of steps of what they're going through. I think PSA is already on that. But we've seen some changes in what centering looks like, because I think there's a lot of stuff that's going in that Fanatic should buy CGC. I've heard some people say this. They already have a relationship. Because
That would be
Fanatic,
an interesting partnership because if anyone's going to be able to battle PSA, those two together would have a real shot.
But that comes down to how much the parent company of CGC wants to get in the grading, wants to put in the grading. I think the partnership is great. You see the Fanatics collect. Although I missed the heat maps, I don't mind CGC. I mean, I was just looking at today. I spent $400 this year on Fanatics Collect, just buying cards. So,
Zorny, I think we talked at the beginning. I think Anthony gave some totals of as low as 3 minutes a card, and as high as could be 8 to 10 minutes a card.
Yeah, so it really depends on how you're grading the cards. So what we did at Arena Club was we did the annotations, which take a lot of time. If you were to do the Beckett method, which would be like subgrades, you could probably bang out anywhere from 350 to 500 cards in an 8-hour shift. If you're going the PSA method, which is just a 10, a 9, just a base grade, you could probably hit anywhere from 700 to 1,000 cards in the 8-hour shift.
So when you say the annotations, I'm assuming you're meaning this right
like
here.
Where if like you have a bad corner, like we're going to actually draw a box around it and put a note on there and put the exact deduction of like what it is and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's like a lot more advanced as far as like more steps. The more steps, the longer the process takes ultimately, because you're basically through the Arena Club method, you're mapping the card as well. So that way, like if somebody were to resubmit it, you'll be like, well, we've seen this corner before. You know what I mean? Like, so you kind of have an idea of the the card's history that way. But again, like it really depends on which method. I've done all the methods, whether it's just a base grade, whether it's subgrades, whether it's, a full annotation with a report card. But the fastest way is the way PSA is doing it right now, with just giving you a base grade. And then typically they have, 2 to 3 senior graders go over it just to verify its accuracy before it comes back.
I just go back to, we talk about IPO. The IPO will be Collector's Universe, right?
Yeah.
I would believe so, yeah.
I'm still not grasping why that parent company can't have more than one brand.
I don't see why I couldn't either.
They definitely can. I am 100% with you. You look at Procter & Gamble, P&G. They own Nabisco, Chips Ahoy. They General Mills. Wonder Bread, as well as all the different types of medicine and Colgate. So they can definitely have multiple brands under. I think people get stuck on, especially last week, with the wording of things and versus and how things look. Because PSA, yes, the company PSA wasn't buying your cards back. Power Packs was buying the cards for some of the cards at least, but they're all under the same parent company. And unfortunately, we as a community tied Collector's Universe specifically to PSA. We as a community view them as one and one, not as father son, where they're two different entities under the same household. After you can share my screen, I'll show everybody what Anthony was talking about with annotation. With the Arena Club. So like this right here is what you get from Arena Club's grading, where you can see kind of the heat map, what edges was wrong, what corners were bad, what surface issues I had. Back was good, but left to right centering. So this part, doing all this takes a whole lot more time.
Correct.
Just
doing that, like I said, if you're a very advanced senior grader, it might take you 3 minutes a card. If you're a brand new grader, it might take you 10 minutes just trying to get the lay of the land.
And so let's say I crack and send my card back in. Mm-hmm. Is the grader here looking at the old notes on that card?
Typically, there's software that's supposed to detect whether or not it's like with the mapping, if that specific cards come in. like the best way to, I would say, if you wanted to get around that, would be to add new damage. But even still, we would still have a mapping. There would still be a mapping of like all of the previous damage, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
As it gets scanned through, like that's something that kind of gets looked into up front.
Hectech says antitrust on the issue, transaction too small for government to care. And there's tag CGC arena,
Yeah.
etc. Yeah, I never thought
100%
antitrust. Yeah.
100% agree. You have way other options. This is not a Panini Fanatics situation. This is, you have way other options to go through.
So with that in mind, why do so many people say, well, it's a monopoly?
I just think so many people see PSA as the dominant brand, or Fanatics as the dominant brand, because not only the acquisitions, the licenses, like all of the stuff, but I mean, if you look at hobby content, most of it's like all centered around what they're doing, both of the companies most of the time. So we get force fed it all the time. You know what I mean? Like regardless of where it comes from.
Eloquently said, what I'm going about to say is, people are sheep and people are stupid.
Yeah, I don't. Just so people hear me say, I don't understand most of the business talk in the hobby. I don't. When people start talking about stuff, I'm like, what are we talking about right now? What
Right.
you can do a simple Google search and know what you're talking about on most subjects.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand what an actual monopoly is. They just know the board game that we play.
Yes.
For sure. And it's fun to talk about monopolies.
Yeah. I never thought this was a monopoly even when they bought SGC. My thing now is just, but show me. Show me, don't tell me. Don't tell me what you're going to do. Show me. If Beckett gets new technology, they get new things on their website, they get new slabs. Don't tell me you're putting money into. Show me.
Yeah.
Let me see the new slab. Let me see the grading scale. Let me see it. Because until I see something, a different playbook than what you did with SGC, I'm just, listen, you Matt Eberflus, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I hated that coach.
I love the Eberflus name drop.
From what I've understood, just in talking to some of my friends that I met through Dallas that work at Beckett, it's basically business as usual for them right now. So nothing has changed yet. So that's good. That's good for the hobby, in my opinion. Like
it's only been 24 hours.
True. JP said, Anthony, what makes PSA 10 so valuable?
Honestly, I think it's like branding. It's like the same thing as Coca-Cola. If I were to, offer you a Coca-Cola or an RC Cola, you'd probably be like, I want that Coca-Cola because of the cool polar bear that advertises it. You know what I mean? Like it's like Levi's jeans. It's like the most popular brand right now. It's what people are paying top dollar for.
Yeah, same reason why you go to the grocery store, you pay a couple dollars more for Sara Lee than you do for Great Value bread, right? It's an inherent. This is generic. It's got to be of less.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan said people made it that way.
Everybody, I agree, 100%. This topic has been gone. Anybody have any closing thoughts? Let's get some actual sports talk.
Hold on real quick. One of the biggest questions is the hobby is, why isn't a 10 no matter the slab?
I think it should be. I think what would have to happen is all of the companies would have to come together and agree on some kind of universal grade scale. That.
But if they did that, if we all agree, right? So that if Collectors Universe, CGC, Arena Club, TAC all agree on the standards.
Mm-hmm.
That means then if I grade with TAG and I cross it with PSA, it's just be a 10. Y'all agree. Y'all are doing it the same way, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to mess with values now. And I'm sorry, if I'm the leader, I have no interest in making your slap more valuable than mine.
For sure. I wouldn't either.
And businesses overall, let's do things differently.
That makes perfect sense.
So Anthony, we gotta talk. John Cena.
Yeah.
Retired, tapped out. First of all, you want to give everybody a little bit of your wrestling background?
Oh yeah, sure. So back in the day, I used to wrestle with the NWA. I was a tag team wrestler called Tony Hansen. You might be able to see right there, but there's one of my belts right there that I used to have. Well, I still have, but I used to actually hold as a champion for the NWA. It's an NWA World Tag Team Championship. It's part of the Hansen brothers with Crusher Hansen. Did that for several years till I broke my back and made me retire. So that's why you see me like wiggling in my chair. It's because my back hurts from wrestling. So I did that for quite a while. If you don't like seeing large men in spandex, don't Google Tony Hansen. If that's your thing, go ahead and Google it.
Yeah, so like I enjoyed Saturday Night's Main Event. That's probably the best thing they put on for Saturday night in a long time.
Yeah.
Seeing the young stars come up. Cena tapping out. And I know Ebony, you don't understand the significance of him tapping out, but it's literally for the man who never gives up 20 plus some years, finally just tapping out and saying, it's my time is over.
Yeah.
Over his career. It's his time on top, burying younger talent, like Wade Barrett, and to finally see him give younger talent a chance in this last year and elevate them. And Gunther's the biggest heel since Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
For sure.
That is nuclear heat. That is hatred on a whole nother level right now for him, which is great for business. So what do you think about the match?
I thought it was awesome. One thing I thought was going to happen, I thought he was going to get the Stone Cold Steve Austin finish with Bret Hart where he just passes out. I thought there was a slight chance he might want to go out on top and win. But I was glad that he actually put over Gunther because Gunther had a lot to gain from this. It's a real legitimizer, whenever you're taking, attitude adjustments through tables off the top rope and a guy like you said that never gives up and you actually get him to give up like that. That definitely says something for Gunther, in the ring and to a lot of the fans. So I was glad to see him get that rub. It was cool to see Cena kind of get honored by all the people in the end when he put his stuff in the ring and kind of walked out. And it was also kind of cool to see a lot of the celebrities there. It had a big match feel because Saturday night's main event's not normally like the sexiest of events to watch, like the WWE puts on. But the way that they had kind of booked this one kind of felt like more so than a lot of the pay-per-views they put on lately, or the premium live events, whatever the heck they call them now. But yeah, I thought it was a good match. Obviously could have been better, but for what it was, I thought it was excellent.
So I thought the pay-per-view as a whole was better because there was fresh matchups you've never seen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That was just everything. Every matchup was new, was fresh, was great. They ended some predictable ways, but it was fresh. And then the Obi-Wan moment he had, because you see him smile and realize it's over and tap out just like Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
You get cinema. I mean, it was awesome. And then Monday night, the Bulls, you see the heat. It was great. And hopefully WWE can get to some better booking. You have the WWE bait cards that came out that look awesome. They look really cool.
I haven't even seen those yet. I'll have to look up a video after this.
Like just go and whatnot. And there are some really nice cards.
How do you feel about the products moving from Panini over to Topps? Like, do you like the style of the cards as much on Topps? Because, like, a lot of like, especially wrestling wise, I got so used to like all of the like really cool stuff Panini was doing with them, and now it's like the Topps just don't have that same feeling for me. Like, it's cool ripping Topps Chrome, but it still's like, you know what I mean? I don't get that Prism, National Treasures, or like immaculate feeling anymore. You know what I mean?
So for me, I really enjoy Select from Panini.
Yeah.
I am still trying to buy more of Select. That is probably my favorite brand.
Mm-hmm.
I like Cactus Jack. I like I don't dislike what Topps are doing. I just like the fact that it's taking so long to come out. Right? Like these just came in the mail for me today.
There's your guy.
My guy.
Every time I see him, I give you a shout out, even if I'm watching it by myself. I'm like, there goes my guy, Big Jon.
That's my guy. They also got the Topps Cactus Jack out of 99 of them, and I think some of the photography is better with Topps because you have a lot better access.
Yeah.
And I know the patches are going to be better, but I just need more consistency with this coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This time last year, because Panini was losing license, in December we had 4 releases. Mm-hmm. Like you couldn't spend enough money to get cards, and this year is like 3-4 months opening the same product. The Cactus Jacks are very dark.
Yeah, especially if you've scanned them. I don't know if you've ever scanned any of them. Sometimes the scan doesn't turn out very good.
I don't scan Chrome cards, period, because they don't come out good on my scanner.
Mm-hmm.
But that's great. Yeah, they are. This is kind of dark, but it makes the refractor stand out a little more when you see the light behind it.
Oh, for sure.
But I think Panini did so well in so little time. It's going to take the new stuff, the royalties, to come out for us to actually embrace Topps with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like having Topps Chrome is cool, but Topps Chrome in wrestling wasn't sought after like Topps Chrome in basketball was sought after. There's no, nobody in wrestling nostalgic about Topps Chrome
mm-hmm.
or flagship. No,
yeah.
But I think royalty is going to be the next one coming out. They're signing for it now. Those cards, those going to be kind of like impeccable.
Okay.
Sticker cards with the auto, but they got very good imaging. And there's another one coming out that should be good. But you got great names. Like I just wish I had more Select so I can open up Select because that's definitely Vaquera ringside.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great looking card and it gems very well.
Nice.
FD doesn't do wrestling, so you take our information.
I'm respectfully taking notes.
But it's funny, man.
I'm over here tripping off Wemby, about to lose this chip right quick.
But lose his cup?
He ain't doing much. 16 points.
What's the score?
110 to 105 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left.
The game was good. Watched it before we got on. I can't even lie. The Spurs are good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that Darren Fox would fit well with the other guards, but it works.
Well, we know we're on game 26.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Watching them to flow, and if I can't tell Vessel and Castle apart, they have the same hairstyle. Like I tell my son, you got to do something with your hair. You look like everybody else, and I can't stand it. I can't pick you out in the crowd, and I don't like that.
Do they play better without Wemby?
Not better, but they don't play better without him, but they play well. Like Luke Kennard,
He's scrappy. Okay.
he's like Harkenstein was. Like you underestimate how important he is and what he does. And I didn't realize he was 7 foot tall like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I thought he was like 6'8".
Hey, he's the best person to have on that team when Wemby's out.
Do you guys think that the cup's like meaningful at all for like the team throughout the season, or do you think it's just like another gimmick that they're doing to try to make earlier season games more exciting?
I think it's a straight gimmick.
It's a straight gimmick, but it's working. Mm-hmm. Like I've watched more games Tuesdays and Fridays because of the cup games and just kind of see them that actually battling. It's not a throwaway game just because you're playing the Wizards. Like everybody's playing hard. But I mean, the cup winner has never won a championship, so I don't care who wins.
And these two teams won't win a championship.
But I said the same thing about the WNBA when Indiana won it. I was like, the cup champion has never won a championship, so you can enjoy it now and win it. It's not the most important thing. But I'm sure that they'll like the influx of cash, the extra check they'll get for winning and playing in this game. You know, I ain't gonna never get mad at an extra check.
Especially the guys that's on the barely on the team. You know, not a household name. Let me say, because there are guys that are talented beyond barely being on the team. They will benefit. There are people buying homes for folks with that money and their family. There are people doing things for charity with that money. Kat just talked about what he plans to do. It looks like when he wins tonight. So there are things going on. But you know, there's interesting.
This is the first thing Kat ever won.
Yeah. They're going to be players like that. And it's interesting how the NBA started dropping, I think, second year, how much these guys are making. And I think that's a marketing thing to make it relatable to the average fan, how much money they're picking up if they win.
Yeah.
So, do you get out the shows regularly now?
Yeah, I mean, I go to like mostly all the local ones here in Pittsburgh, but I do go to some of the larger ones every once in a while. Like I'll go to the National every year. If I can, I try to get out to Dallas once or twice a year just because I love Dallas. It's like my favorite show to actually like wheel and deal and trade with people because everybody is just like looking to make a deal. You know, like I've been to some shows where it's like you're just looking through museums of people's collections and no one like actually wants to sell or put a realistic price on it. But you go to Dallas and it's like everybody's looking to wheel, deal, trade, and it's fun. You know, like even after the show, like you can hang out in the lobby for hours just trading with people, which is kind of cool.
I've heard that. I've never been there. I've heard great things about the show though.
It's probably my favorite show. That's not my local show. Like I love the Pittsburgh show. We're technically like the 4th largest show in the country now, believe it or not, over here in little old Pittsburgh. But
who runs the Pittsburgh show again?
It's Mark and Bryce, Mark Hipsley and Bryce Bergen. They're the ones that run it. They do a really nice job. They've been bringing in a lot of, like SGC has been there. They've had Nash cards and PSA submissions, and like a bunch of big time vendors typically come through. The crazy thing is they just outgrew their. They were at this huge mall that's like basically a dead mall in Washington, Pennsylvania, and due to 3 days that they have their show, it's a packed mall. Like you can barely even get through. Like they're in the food court. Like they got to the point like where there's empty rooms like that used to be like big department stores. They have card shows within the card show. So like they're big like sponsors. Like for example, one of the LCSs here, Guy on the Couch, like they'll have their own like little section where it's like the Guy on the Couch show within the show. And then typically like they set it up any way they want. And it's just really fun because you never know what you're going to find. And just like with Dallas, people are typically wheeling and dealing. And for me, I collect a lot of Pittsburgh, and for basketball, the Cavaliers. That stuff's pretty readily available at the Pittsburgh shows as well, because we got a lot of Cleveland vendors that come in as well.
Nice. I've been at 2 shows this year. I had a very good time doing it. I'm looking to do more. I think last show of the year we're gonna put our goals for 2026 out, and doing some shows out of state is definitely on my list to vend at.
Nice.
I know Mark. I gotta hit Mark up. You know, he said he might have a table for me.
I'll hook you up. He'll definitely hook you up, man. He's a good dude like that.
Yeah. So all right, basketball, Cleveland.
Yes, sir.
What's going on with your team, man?
I love my team, man.
You got team meetings beginning 20 games in. What's going on?
It's Cleveland. There's always something dysfunctional going on, but I love them nonetheless. They got a lot of talent on that team. I feel like they're better than what they're putting out there. They have the potential to be a playoff team, in my opinion. But then again, I'm a homer. Like I've been a Cavaliers fan since I was a kid. So since Mark Price and Brad Daugherty were dribbling the ball up and down the court, that's when I first started liking the Cavs. But like they have all-star caliber players and like Mobley, Mitchell, Darius Garland. I still think the world of. I love his playmaking potential. He's a bucket. But he just needs to stay healthy. Like that's the big thing with a lot of our players. They just need to stay healthy because they seem to not stay healthy, especially Garland. He's always seems to be hurt every year. I feel like if he would stay healthy, we'd be a lot better off. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult whenever you're playing in a system of perpetual failure for the most part. Like outside of the LeBron years and a few select years in like the 80s and 90s, I mean, it's basically been a losing franchise for the better part of their existence.
They ran into Jordan. So if they didn't run into a guy named Michael Jordan, those teams you named, but Daugherty.
I hated Michael Jordan as a kid because of that. Shaq was my favorite player because Michael Jordan stabbed me in the heart.
Yeah. People talk about Detroit, but he couldn't get there until he started stepping over Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
But those Cleveland teams were no joke. So
Yep, I was a big fan. My first game I ever went to was the year they got Sean Kemp, and they had the really cool like blue and black jerseys.
I remember
that. Yeah.
I mean, LeBron gave you a championship, so you got one.
I'll be forever thankful for 2016. That year was awesome. And against the Warriors, like you can't really ask for much more. Like in the modern era of the NBA, they're like the best team we've seen.
And you look at it, right? We're seeing one dynasty end in football in the Chiefs, and another one really beginning in the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, they're a tough team. Yeah. They're a very tough team.
And don't forget the Dodgers, sir.
You know the worst part about that? When we drafted Colin Sexton in 2018, you know who was still on the board? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah.
Not that I like Colin Sexton, but he's not on the team anymore. Shai would be pretty nice right about now.
Hey, what's worse, not drafting him or being the Clippers and trading them?
True.
And being Charlotte and moving
them.
Very true. Yeah.
Like it's one thing to not draft them, but looking back, hindsight 2020.
Oh my God, yeah. Could you imagine if the Clippers had him? Like they'd go.
Wow, it was not worth it.
No,
he may mess around though, and not even have a ring right now if he was still there. So he'll be trying to climb up that hill.
Do you guys think the Clippers will ever get it together, or do you think they're just going to always be like the redheaded stepchild of the Lakers?
Nope.
They're destined to be.
Try to go out and get players that were older. That didn't work. Anytime you got Paul George running around, that's not going to work. So,
what do you guys think of the Lakers this year? You think they have a shot?
Nope.
No.
Yeah. You think LeBron's done?
In LA?
He'll be somewhere else.
LA. He'll find somebody to pay him.
We'll take him back.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, it'd be good. It'd be a good return story. Let him retire a Cavalier, and
I mean, you want to retire Cavalier, you want to actually try to win a championship.
well, I think he's capable of winning another championship if he has the right talent around him.
He is in this age in his career, he's the talent that is around somebody else that is better. And
Yeah.
I don't think he can accept that.
He's probably the third or fourth selection around somebody that's better.
Well, if you were to put him on the Cavs right now, like it basically would just be him starting over DeAndre Hunter. So like that'd pretty much bolster their lineup because the weakest point they have is their small forward.
But you know, LeBron is only playing so many games hard, and then there's other games he's going to take off. He's not going to defend the top two offensive players. He's chilling on that.
Yeah.
Well, at this stage of his career, I don't see him defending top three players more than once or twice down the court.
How many more years do you guys think LeBron has? Do you think he's like one more and done? Two?
Get one or two more.
Think he's going to take one of those like victory tours, like where
they have to do that for him.
Yeah, I figured
you don't see that.
That ego?
Yeah, so that's exactly what
ego ain't getting them.
They have to do that.
You bigger than John Cena on the way out, huh?
You think he don't want gifts? you don't think after the All-Star game he want to go get the gifts from every stadium and every team he's beat? I would be flabbergasted if he didn't want a victory tour.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, what do you think about Luka Doncic?
I like him. You know, I think that he is really shown something since he's been in LA. I'm happy that the Lakers have a new guy to build around. You know, he's like every bit as good, if not better, than people said he was going to be coming out. You know, he's fun to watch. He seems to really enjoy the game of basketball. You know, and guys like that are enjoying themselves playing are always more fun to watch. What do you guys think of Luka?
I think he's a great scorer.
I think he's a top 15 player in today's game. I don't think you can be a top 5 player in the league and not have an MVP in the last 6 years. I think that immediately takes you out of top 5 current players. Right? So you look at that's not even including rings, right? Just the MVP to be a top 5 player. You would have Shea, you'd have Jokic, you'd have 6 years. Shea, Jokic, Joel Embiid. Then after that, you have Durant, Harden. Right? Like it's hard to say. Like, is he 6? Like, would I take him over Harden? Yeah. You know, but
would you take Luka over Jalen Brunson?
Yeah.
Not me.
It depends on how the team built. But to say, I don't think he's a top 5 player, maybe top 10. I think he can be 6 through 10 without MVP.
Can you imagine Mavericks could have both Luka and Brunson right now? That would be dangerous if they had Luka and Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice. Yeah, Knicks is won by 11, 113, 124.
Congratulations to the Knicks.
Wemby walked off with his hands on his hips.
You know, I'm happy for Huddle. Knicks won. They won something because this has been a rough year for New York.
Yeah.
What's up with the Mets? Huddle.
Him started. He'll tell you all about the Mets, man.
First, it was giving me Pete Crow Armstrong. Now you're giving the Dodgers Edwin Diaz.
Why don't you guys give the Pirates somebody? We got Paul Skeens and we're wasting him here.
Okay. That's you're a Cleveland fan. You know Pittsburgh ain't gonna spend no money for no players.
No, I know.
Isn't that where CC came from? Who was a good pitcher that was in Pittsburgh that ended up leaving. No, went to the Yankees.
Jason. No.
CC was in Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, you're right. Someone was in Pittsburgh years ago, and then ended up moving around, became a pretty good pitcher.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're thinking of.
Yes.
I can't think of his name right off the top of my head.
They produce players, man. Then they move on.
Oh, Cole, yeah.
Yeah, Cole. That's right, Cole.
Very cool. Yeah.
Paul Skeens is nasty.
He is. But you know Tommy John is coming. So just when. When does it pop up? Cuban said they didn't know what he was going to be. They saw but weren't sure. Now they just didn't want to pay Brunson. I mean, and you look at a lot of small guards, you think, oh, that's not going to pan out, but it's panning out. I mean, he had a great night tonight. See how many points he had. He was hitting some key shots a few minutes ago down the stretch. Brunson had 25 on 11 of 27 shooting.
Nice.
Plus minus plus 15. He's a pretty good. He's talking about small guards right now. There's nobody close to Brunson.
And the fact that him and Cat are playing so well together, they play well together, and when Edwards and Cat played together.
Well, Edwards is not that kind of player. He's not. I don't see him as Edwards is going out on the court going for Edwards. He's not making people better around him. That's always going to be his Achilles heel when it comes to bigger awards. That's not how he plays basketball.
He's not a pick and roll player at all. Nope. And that pick and roll works well.
Yes.
What else we got? What else is on the agenda tonight, FD?
I mean, we could talk football. I don't know what Anthony wants to go with. We could talk. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do you think about 4 weeks ago? People talking about firing Tomlin. Now Tomlin doing his thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely making a lot of people eat their words. Even Big Ben came out and said it's probably time for a change.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, like even I've said that. Like Pittsburgh Steelers fans get so like upset when the Steelers lose. Like the entire city's depressed for the whole week until the next game comes up. But Tomlin's a good coach. If the Steelers fire him, he could literally like pick any job he wants and probably have it.
What has he been there? 18, 19 years?
19 years.
Yeah.
And he's never had a losing season.
No. And people want to fire him. I think it's hilarious when Ben Roethlisberger comes out and
says anything
under the sun. It's amazing to me.
Yeah.
So I think Pittsburgh fans forget who their owners are and how loyal the owners are. You guys only had like 7 coaches in your existence.
I know. Yeah. There's no way they're letting Tomlin go, especially with no like huge name out there that could step in and like be a guaranteed replacement
for another 20 years. There's not another 20-year replacement out there.
For sure.
You're not gonna fire Tomlin and then hire Matt Eberflus.
I love the Eberflus name jobs. He was on the sidelines there. They were Kansas City looking sick. Y'all do know that Patrick Mahomes' winning days are over.
Yeah, it looks that way. I mean, he just blew out his knee on Sunday. I mean, I'd like to see him do a little bit better in his career, maybe win one more championship, but not at the expense of the Steelers.
People got to stop. People got to stop these comparisons to Brady.
Yeah, but his Hall of Fame induction speech is already written though.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't deny the man that. He's not GOAT.
Do you think he has the potential to get there?
No, sir.
What is it do you think differentiates the two?
More longevity. Like he has to double what he just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has, and that's like nearly impossible. We've seen 77 years of football.
Yeah.
One person do it?
Yeah, that's not. No, he's going to be Troy Aikman as far as winning. He's never going. I don't think the dude's ever going to get to Joe Montana. I just don't. The hype train's going to try to take him there.
Oh, for sure.
I just don't see that happening. So his tight end should hopefully. I mean, he'll probably finish the season, but Kelsey needs to go ahead and step to the side. I mean, he's not in shape. He looks like he doesn't want to run around. He definitely doesn't want to get hit because he has alligator arms, which is causing interceptions and all kind of stuff. He's distracted by other stuff that's going on. So Mahomes has to get a rebuild all around him.
Yeah.
Well, you're about to see what type of general manager and presidents you have in Kansas City right now, because you're probably a year and a half no Patrick Mahomes.
At least.
So you're about to see how good the scouting is, what kind of trades we can make, and what do we want to do? Do we want to be a top 5 pick next year, or do we want to try to make the playoffs? Like, this is an organization defining injury. Like, you got to sit down and be like, hey, we are in the playoffs this year. What are we doing? We're seeing what guys we want to keep? What do you want to do next year? Do we want to? Because who's your stopgap? Dan Jones is hurt. Donald is signed up. Do you go get Kirk Cousins for a year if you want and think he's gonna help you get to the playoffs? Do you draft another quarterback? You don't have one for next year. Do you go get a Gardner Minshew type backup?
Yeah, but the Mahomes had to be already hurt, right? Because the way he tore his ACL just does it. Like, something had to be wrong with his knee already.
I mean, it's week 15. I'm sure he was hurt.
It just looked like normal running around, and I just snapped my ACL.
Carl, I've never been on the T-Law train.
Yeah, you talking about T-Law?
They winning.
I think he was at another conversation. Like, nobody's talking about T-Law. They can win. He's not the answer.
I put T-Law and Justin Herbert in the same category.
Do you know Justin Herbert is the second fastest, like 24,000 yards in history?
Wow. No, I didn't know that.
It's like modern day football with this, we pass for 5 yards instead of run for 5 yards. These numbers, man, for players are just getting. When I think of Herbert, I think of a guy who looks like a quarterback, who may or may not show up this week. I wonder when those $2 million cards are sitting there right
now. So they have Gardner Minshew. I didn't even know that's a backup.
Yeah, that's who's going to be sticking for them.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like, so they're gonna have what, possibly in between 7 and 13 pick.
Probably.
They already won 6 games, right?
Yeah, 5 or 6, something like that.
Is this the time to pick up Mahomes cards?
Probably, if you think he's going to bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people were priced out, so it's a good chance to get back in.
I mean, definitely, this is definitely why we look for May, April, June, July national time, because you can sit out a whole year. You got time to buy them.
True.
So right now,
behind Alex Smith,
Raiders are 2-12, Titans are 2-12, Browns are 3-11, Jets are 3-11, Bengals are 4-10. So that's 5 right there. Chiefs are 6-8. So they 6, anywhere between 6 and 10 for a pick. Because Dolphins are 6-8. So they can get some decent players in the first 3 rounds of the draft.
What do you think
And
they
have
should do?
offensive linemen. I think you take my draft philosophy is first round is always take the best player at need, unless you have a better offensive weapon to take first. So if the best player of need is a defensive end, take the best defensive end if he's that good to be drafted like 5th or 6th. If not, take that outstanding wide receiver. But you can get value in running backs and in receivers late. You look at Patriots. Travion Henderson was a 7th-round pick.
That's wild, yeah.
No, the 5th-round pick, I think.
Oh, man.
The Bears' backup running back was a 7th-round pick, running for 100-something yards a game. You know, like you can, but you can't. You can't get a 7th-round left tackle to come in and be great. So like if I'm them, I'm making sure I got a year and a half. I got 2 drafts to make sure that Pat is protected.
Yeah.
So Jonathan Taylor's season just wiped out. They were talking about MVP.
Yeah.
They're about done there, at least as far as awards or something big like that. Who's the MVP of the season this year?
I would give it to Matt Stafford, man. He has looked excellent all year long.
Anthony, I think you're right, sir.
Not Drake May?
Drake May's looked really good too.
Stafford is. How many interceptions is he have? 6?
Does Stafford have MVP?
No. It's the icing on his Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it is icing. I mean, I'm not a Patriots fan, but watching Drake May.
Oh, he's impressive.
Really, really fun to watch him.
He can still take their team to the playoffs and get dangerous with it. He's nice. He's efficient with the ball. He doesn't turn it over.
Well, you see that second 50-yard run play on Sunday? Mm-hmm. He's the lead blocker.
Mm-hmm. So he'll get
down the field, leading the block. Like that makes people want to play for you. That makes people want to block for you and keep you up. Like that's, listen. And I love Shedeur, but you see him throw an interception, just stand there. That makes your offensive line not want to play for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are little things that in the game you come back, you see, you really just stood there long.
I agree.
You ain't fake it. And you got the quarterback front and center running down, making sure he blocked 2 people for you. I'm ready to run. Let's do it again.
I think most young quarterbacks got to learn that. Drake May is exceptional, and he has the right coach.
I mean, that's a lapse in leadership for Shedeur, most definitely.
Andy Reid's not staying for this. I don't see Andy Reid. Do you see Andy Reid standing around for this? The rebuild? I don't see that.
The only reason I would is just because of Pat Mahomes. Like, you're only going to have a Pat Mahomes one time in your lifetime. I mean, not everybody gets to be Phil Jackson and get MJ and Kobe. But, I mean, other than that, I mean, it would make sense to move on. But
I can see that. JC says, so if top scrum basketball is too expensive, how bad will football be going forward?
It'll be as expensive. We pay for it.
You're in that car. Like, who are people looking for? Drake May? Who are people looking
for? I can have to tell this. I was so disappointed. I went into a shop today, and granted, they mostly do Pokemon. I needed some sleeves, so I stopped there. And they had the new Prism from Costco. They had a red Pandora Caitlin Clark on the $199. So I asked to see it. Not like, how much is it? Well, we got to go look at Card Ladder. I'm like, well, it's brand. It just came out. It's not going to be on Card Ladder. Mm-hmm. What do you want for it? I'm like, what's the price? Oh no! All right, y'all have a nice day because like the product just came out. This is not going to be on Card Ladder.
Well, you weren't playing the game, man. He wants you to play the game. You know, you weren't playing the game. You too knowledgeable.
Yep.
Oh, look, it's not on Card Ladder. It's free.
I'm looking at eBay. It's not on Card Ladder. This just came out this week. It's not sold yet.
Yeah. But you could be the first if you want to cut me a deal.
But not when you don't have not when you're not going to name a price.
Yeah, no, I get that.
You don't know enough about they do TCG. You don't know enough about the sports market to even say it's worth. It's probably a $200-$300 card, to be honest. It's third year, but it's Caitlin out of $199.
Yeah.
I say $50 and you know up with it.
Either way, you know?
Huh?
Numbered Caitlin, you can't go wrong with that.
Nope.
It's a good card to stack.
Anthony, I have a theory that Darius Garland would never be the same player.
Really? Because of the injuries, or
yeah, when you dislocate that big toe.
Yeah.
As a guard.
Yeah, I hope that's
I love his game. I like him as a person. He has a great personality, does great work in his community.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to complain about to me with Darius Garland, but that injury is just like Antonio Gates playing football. It's just hard to come up off of that because everything you need to do athletically involves that joint. So
yeah,
wish him the best though.
Yeah, me too. It definitely sucks, to see that type of an injury, especially whenever you're like one of his main things that makes him so good is his mobility and his ability to cut and get around defenders. So that'll definitely be affected by it.
And I also think Donovan Mitchell is extremely hard for him to lead a team. It's just rough. His game it's really about Donovan Mitchell.
He's got a lot of passion. Like I've gone to a bunch of their games, and I see a lot of times if they're down, like you'd think like the coach is going to go over there and start screaming at the team. Donovan Mitchell's literally on the bench, like blah 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 blah. Like I don't know what he's saying because I'm up in peanut heaven, but he's visibly like saying, we got to do X, Y, and Z to the team, which is like, in my opinion, kind of cool. Like that shows a little bit of a leadership trait, but again, like I don't know how deep that goes, whether it's shallow, maybe he just saying, hey, throw me the ball more or something like that. You know what I mean?
I would definitely say I don't see the same energy that I see in LaMelo Ball and some other players. Mm-hmm. I see how they engaged the whole game. I will agree with you on that.
Yeah. I just like the fire he plays with, like anybody that has fire and is willing to play defense, like I'm on board with that.
Jordan says that Myles Garrett should be MVP.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, as far as defensive MVP, 100%.
Oh, okay. But the last
MVP.
Who's the last defensive player that was MVP? Lawrence Taylor? I'm trying to figure.
I don't even know.
I know Lawrence Taylor was. I know I'm not asking him to be Lawrence Taylor, but Myles Garrett is a very good player. He's just trapped in a place where you'll hear about him. But this,
you're Lawrence Taylor, 1986.
Yeah, bro. That dude's on another level.
Oh my God, yeah.
You talking about creating a walk-up linebacker position and level of athleticism is off the chain. Myles Garrett, I respect him. He's always in shape. Mm-hmm. I don't ever have any questions about this dude's work ethic or taking plays off. Anytime you can get to 22.5 sacks and surpass that in the NFL, you are a future Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. If you look at that list of up there, some impressive guys. So I can't hate on him, not trying to, but I don't think he's going to be MVP.
Yeah, I don't think MVP, but I could definitely see Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's next level good.
Yeah. Big man, he can play the tackle, can play the end. I mean, he's more dangerous to me on the football field than Aaron Donald.
Who's that, Garrett?
Yeah, it's very hard to play the tackle and then go out and play the end and still be effective. You saw at the end of Donald's career, they put him at the end, a lot less effective. I mean, small guy. first step is a lot shorter. But Miles Garrett is something nice to be that big and that versatile.
He also owns part of the Cavs, which is kind of cool. Fun
Oh,
fact.
does he?
Yeah, he's a minority owner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every once in a while you see him courtside.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yep.
I'm still trying to figure out why Dwayne Wade owns part of Utah Jazz. I scratch my head on that every week, but no.
Well, you figure Michael Jordan owns the Charlotte Hornets.
Who's that?
Michael Jordan.
Oh, well, he stepped off for that, right? But yeah, he did. Yeah.
So
shout out to Mike because he just won a big court case with the NASCAR. So
And what was cool is he came out to the press conference with the people that he had a case against.
Yeah, they settled. So they came to mutual agreement on some things. But to be the one of like, hell, something ain't right. This ain't fair. Something and to have the fortitude to sue them. He's having to win a season. Like he's won his drivers have won races. So
it's amazing how he's physically morphing into his father.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at him, he is James Jordan in the eyes, the face, the mannerisms, ready to strong.
It's pretty cool to see him getting into so many different ventures and like being successful at it.
Yes.
Just he's pretty much transcended basketball. Like even if you've never watched an NBA game, like who Michael Jordan is.
Mm-hmm.
This is cool. A lot cooler if he didn't hit that shot against my Cavs though.
The Elo one or the Wilkins one?
I mean either. But yeah, the Elo one definitely hurt.
He's like, why don't you just take the night off when you play the Cavs?
I can't even enjoy my Craig Elo autographs without thinking of that shot. Every time I look at him, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But then I think of Michael Jordan. I'm like, ugh.
And he played the best defense. I mean, he's right there.
Yeah.
He forced a bad shot.
Yeah.
In the air, double clutch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just happened to be against the greatest of all time. Nothing you can do against that.
And then I remember the night of Wilkins shot. I'm in high school. I'm on the phone with a friend of mine, later fraternity brother in college. We're in high school, and he's like, "Man, Wilkins is about to shut him down." I'm like, "Nah." And when Mike hit that shot, I was just screaming in his ear.
That had to have been wild for you, Big Jon, being in the Chicago area.
Oh man, it was incredible being a kid outside at midnight watching them loot people running up down the street crazy because we won. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It was like the '96 Bulls were like the Golden State Warriors in 2015, and how OKC is getting out of the gate right now. Like a lot of people I knew just didn't watch those games because you knew they were going to win.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what's the score. What did Rodman have? What did Jordan have? What did Pip have? And what's the score?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to watch ball like that, and luck be fortunate enough to see that kind of talent on the court at one time together.
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
And those are the type of teams that you like never forget either. They just become like legendary.
Ron Harper should have guarded him. Favors, I can't disagree with that. But it was the Elo man. Big Jon, any more questions?
I'm all out of questions now. This is a good conversation for me. I'm having a good time. So I guess we want to talk about making content. I know you do. Did y'all do the show? I don't get the notifications anymore. I gotta check my YouTube.
Yeah, we
do Tuesdays.
Yeah, we do a podcast. It's on my channel and on Huddle Card Collection every Tuesday. It's normally at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes it's 9 p.m. if he's traveling. So he travels a lot for work. So sometimes we'll have to push it back a little, but typically it's 8 p.m. Eastern. it's basically for the football season. We're talking about predicting games. We do like a little battle chat GPT thing where they pick like the all-time, like for example, Pittsburgh Steelers, and then we have to pick a team that would beat that team, and then we run it through chat GPT, and it gives us like a full like breakdown of quarter by quarter what players do what, and then who wins at the end of the game, what their stats are. So it's just a little fun thing we do. And then we also like predict the upcoming games for the week, and then we keep track of it. And at the end of the season, like whoever of us wins is going to get like a little prize, just like a little dialed in prize. But it's fun. So we do that every Tuesday. Every once in a while, I'll go on Michael's channel on Wednesday on Huddle Card Collection. He does a sports talk podcast. He and I also did Collecting Profit on there for a while, which was like a hobby talk podcast as well. And then I do like vlogs and stuff on my channel.
How did you and Huddle originally meet each other?
Through YouTube, actually. I used to, God, I don't even know how long ago it was now, maybe 2018, 2019. Like this is pre-pandemic. I used to do a morning show. Like it was about e-commerce, like selling stuff on eBay, Amazon, like that type of stuff. Because that's kind of what my background was in. I used to do a bunch of storage auctions. And, if you've ever seen Storage Wars where they go buy stuff and then they sell it. I used to do a bunch of that type of stuff. And that's what the morning show was about. It was called E-Com and Beyond. He was just somebody that showed up in the chat, and me and him just started talking. And then eventually we met up at a national. His son was actually the very first ever employee of Transparent Grading Team. He also came and worked for us over at Arena Club for a while. So like we've just become like really tight friends over the years. I've gone down to Culture Collision, like because he lives down near Atlanta. He's out in the Marietta area. So like we've met up at Culture Collision and like other, bigger shows like that. And, we've just started several podcasts over the years together and just like enjoy collaborating.
Very cool.
Yeah. Been great friends just meeting on YouTube.
I think the best thing, you also do your vlogs with your wife, right?
I do. Yeah. I do a ton of vlogs with my wife. She's really into traveling and doing that type of stuff. So most recently we just went to Disneyland. So we'll start, or Disney World, excuse me, the one in Florida. We're going to put out a bunch of videos there in the coming weeks. Yeah. So.
Help me convince FD to go on a cruise.
Oh, dude, you need to go on a cruise, man. It's fun. All the food you can eat 24/7. You know what I mean? Like,
and they got vegan options
everywhere. Yeah, we got tons of vegan options, man.
There's something about being on that water.
Cruise I went on.
There's something about being on the water.
So,
you get used to it after a while. It's not that bad unless you're on like choppy sea. It's not really that bad. The higher you are up, the better it is because then you feel the waves less.
And I think I like being low. Like I like being 3-4, so I can feel the waves. I sleep good.
I like being up high, close to that buffet. Easy access.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, we're going on Royal Caribbean next year. So first time on there, so we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, the last few we went on were through Royal Caribbean. The last one I went on was to Australia in January.
That's far. Nice.
Yeah. Took us like multiple days just traveling there and back.
It's like 3 days at a time.
Pretty much.
Spike Lee is out here right now just enjoying himself.
I bet.
It's their best win.
Finally saw something. That's funny. I think it's irony that San Antonio didn't win this thing. All that talk the other day. Interesting how this goes.
San Antonio not winning, good for them. They don't need to win it. Like the cup ultimately means nothing. But a couple.
You know that was the talk the other day. This was about the OKC rivalry. You had Wemby talking about who is Chet and who he isn't. There's a lot of talking going on.
Mm-hmm.
To come out here tonight and have less than 20 points, and this is a new age with these athletes, man. It's a lot.
What do you guys think happens with Wemby? Like long run, you think he's like a pretty safe card investment, or do you think he's going to be like Shaq one day, where he's like a fraction of Jordan?
I don't see Wemby playing long. I see Wemby hurt a lot.
Yeah, because of injuries, I don't think he's a quick flip.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like he was out, he went out the injury, he was out a month, and the cards immediately 30 to 50% down immediately.
It tells me that other people are thinking the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That this dude is not that dude on that level. Great talent. You cannot question his basketball talent. You can't question his athleticism and his coordination to be that tall.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes bringing the ball up the court. But I think teams are starting to figure him out. If you put an athletic guy on him who has hands like a Caruso, and there are other people out here.
Mikal Bridges tonight.
Yep, Mikal Bridges. And he has to dribble. That's a problem. That's probably a potential turnover. See how many turnovers he has.
I think people are realizing that he's dribbling the ball 6 feet in the air.
I was literally about to say that. Do you think it makes a difference that he's dribbling so much further than other people?
Mm-hmm. But one thing is they have to stop making him guard and the game of him being the guard, small guards like Brunson, like Steph, like Trae Young. You are asking for him to be Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Well, the crazy thing is he played 25 minutes, and everybody was talking about in the last game, what was his plus minus?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It was great. It was plus 22. It was wonderful. Tonight, he's minus 18.
Mm-hmm.
He had the lowest plus minus on his team. And that is going to be a problem. And people, when they get down to them playoffs, Big Jon, this dude's going to be like Luka. They're going to find a way to expose him. And you got to think, December 23rd, a couple of days from now, they play OKC, and then they turn around and play OKC again on the 25th. So we'll see what that's like. Derek Queen can be the future. Nice footwork. Good player. Just got to see more from him.
So, Anthony, do you still have your eBay store running now, or?
No, I haven't really. I haven't really been selling on eBay much for the past couple of years. I'm just hoarding currently.
What happened to the Sengun talk? Everybody was talking about Sengun. What happened to? Now people start talking about Derek Queen. What happened to the Sengun talk? Sengun was on the truth. He was baby Yoke. What happened to that?
They went and got a better player.
Who's that better player? Oh, Derek Queen?
No, Houston went and got a better player, Kevin Durant. I told you when they got Kevin Durant.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
When they got Kevin Durant, that the talk for Sengun and Amen Thompson was going to come down because you got Kevin Durant. This is who's going to take the shot. This is who's going to be the focal point. And I think I was very impressed with Sengun playing against the Warriors and his ability to put the ball on the floor, to run his play, to get to his spot and make plays. But like you've seen, it can be stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a Kevin Durant. You know how, like, for hobby wise, right? If you're baseball, it's hard to have more than one player for people to play. That's what it's to. Now you're on a team. You already had Sengun and Amen Thompson. Now you're adding Kevin Durant, who's proven. He's a proven scorer. He's a proven Hall of Famer to that team. It's hard to just like, I want to go collect. There's no hype to collect Sengun cards now.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how that works.
He's not the man now.
But we know that he wasn't when people were talking about
him. It's interesting how much some of these guys get hyped up.
Speak on it, Anthony. Speak on it.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Every year there's like several guys and it's like, oh, he's going to be the next this or that, and then it's just like a couple years later he's in a dollar box that no one wants him.
Yeah, he's Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
But I say this: it's also when it comes to the awards before the season starts. These are the favorites. Like Cooper Flag was the favorite to win Rookie of the Year before he even got drafted.
Yeah,
and he still won't win.
Knipple was balling,
and has a team on his back.
Mm-hmm.
And they were teammates and roommates.
But he dropped 42 last night.
That's cool.
Cooper Flag.
He'll find a way to have 6 and negative 18 plus minus very soon.
He went to plus minus.
Plus minus is very important, sir.
Smooth and sexy.
Modern basketball, we like to ignore that. We like to look at points. We may care a little bit about a rebound or two, but we like to look at points. We don't even talk about steals really anymore. We don't talk about anything dealing with defense. Nothing. So
this is Wimby blocking.
What's that?
This is Wimby in his blocks.
That's it. And when he doesn't block, nobody's talking about that. You can be Ja. You can dunk. You can be Zion. You can dunk. And then Ja right now is like shooting 37% every night. Mm-hmm. Last night he shot 7 of 21 or something crazy. Every night. This is how he's coming out. Then people just start fading off of it. There are other people taking over Memphis right now.
Edie got hurt.
Well, he's going to stay hurt. He's another guy. His body is not made to be run up and down the court for 82 games a season. He's not made for that. So he's going to keep having feet, ankle, lower extremity issues. And then LaMelo Ball hasn't played in 5 games or so.
Joy, you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah, just like you talk about the old Bears coach, I'm going to bring up LaMelo Ball. Where's he at? Where is the man at?
So Smooth and Sensagoon is still the first option. He could be the first option. You could say he's the first option. But we all know Kevin Durant is the focal
Nobody
point.
checking for Sensagoon. They came against Golden State and ran the same play 3 or 4 times. Same exact play. And Draymond.
But he did well until Draymond got back in the game.
Shut that down. Oh, my man Favorite says, like Wiseman, huh? Okay, I wonder what people's second go-to is going to be. Because I also talk about Shea, also talk about Curry. Nobody talks about that. And I was talking about Shea 3 years ago. Nobody talks about that.
We got to remind you when you were wrong.
Well, I'm all wrong and right, but I just want people, if you're going to tell me when I'm wrong, then throw something in this chat about when I might have been okay with it. That's all I'm asking.
They need because they needed more offensive firepower. KD. If you get KD, you're the number one. KD's not a number 3 option. Even
don't think about KD though. Wherever he goes, Brian ain't playing on defense.
No, not no more. But he's not a number 3 option.
No, he's not.
He's not really he's a 1B option at worst. I like Sengun though.
He's cool. He just is not. If you're in the playoffs in game 5, 6, or 7, the dude's not taking that thing over. He's going to be a contender, a contributor. He's going to help you. Then he'll fade off sometimes. Then he'll start looking for fouls from the ref. And that's the classic bailout move. Jordan talking about slander. There's no slander, man. It's all good. No slander. But Big Jon dropped knowledge show. That is why Sengun is kind of faded back in the hobby. Because KD's there. And then people were trying to say that Thompson was a 3 and I even heard some people say 3 and D and lockdown defender. And he's not either one of those.
I firmly believe adding KD messed up both of their growth.
I don't disagree with that. And it's not going to yield what they wanted to yield. And
If they would have had the ball. I just think that young team was on the OKC path of getting together, being together long enough, learning how to play, and making the scene. Same thing like you see with San Antonio with all these young stars together. Like everybody's young enough to grow together, learn how to play, learn how to win together.
I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah, you add the firepower of KD, and you really it's that again. Not there's only one ball on the basketball court. It's rare where you see 3 people on a team get average 20 points a game.
True.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the problem. That's also the problem in LA. There's only one basketball. If Reeves and Luka are going to average 20, that means Bron's not averaging 20.
Well, when Bron came back, Reeves' points started dropping per game.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say this, but Aiden looks really good in that offense.
He does.
He
Hey, let's talk about Detroit. Favorites says second best team in the league.
They've definitely got some good young talent. I don't know if I'd say second best, but they're definitely. I mean, they record wise, but I mean, I don't know about like at the end of the year. I don't foresee them going like deep into the playoffs or winning a championship.
I agree 100% with you, sir.
It's kind of like second best in the fact that Cleveland would be second best during the regular season, and then at the end they just get shellacked. I think
they're the same teams. I think the Cleveland team next year is Detroit this year. You can put them in the bag, whoever falls out.
Yeah.
They play similar ways. Look at Cleveland last year after about 25 games.
But let's talk about disappointing since we're talking about Sugun. Paolo Banchero.
Well, first, let me just say this. Man Porter's growing. I'm pretty sure he's still not right in playing.
Yeah, but he still takes bad shots and he does not hit. He's not a good mid 3-point, not a good mid.
I agree. But if you got that groin ain't right, your jump ain't right. It's not gonna be right. And then if Franz Wagner still's not back, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's still more pressure on him. He has to knock down those shots. And I would think that he's not 100%.
But I got a wrestling question for Anthony.
What's up?
Who's winning the Royal Rumbles? Early picks.
Men and women?
Yep. Men and women.
Men. Really all depends on what they're going to do with the belts, because I could totally see them going with like a Cody or something like that if he doesn't actually have the belt, because they seem to like really want to push him hard.
Who do you want to win? Like, I tell you who I want. Women's, I want Bianca to win.
Seth win it personally. I'm a Seth Rollins fan. I've always been. He was in NXT.
I don't think he hasn't won. I don't think he's won a Rumble yet.
I don't think he has either. Let me check.
I want Bianca to win, and I want Dom to win.
That would be cool. I would love to see Dom get a decent main event push. You know what I mean? Like, I think he has the charisma to kind of pull it off. So that'd be really cool. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Bianca win it either. Or someone of that level. I feel like she hasn't really gotten like I mean, she's had several title runs, but I feel like she hasn't really gotten like her definitive one yet. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, where she can kind of really showcase what she is.
She hasn't had a real ripping run yet, where afterwards, she doesn't need the title for a long time. But her being injured, you still have the Jade Bianca to finish off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think her coming back, winning it, going to Mania for that, because they need her star power.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
You got anything, FD? Any last questions before we get out of here?
Apparently, in 2019, Rollins did win a Rumble.
Okay, you want to Rumble?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
So he's won everything. I don't count King of the Ring because they don't really do King of the Ring like they should. So,
Anthony, who's your favorite baseball player right now?
Paul Skeens, but I'm from Pittsburgh. So I'm a homer in like almost everything.
That's a strong pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about PSA and Beckett to start the show. Let's see what's going to happen here. Will PSA kind of Pac-Man on Beckett take it over, or will it become its own standard brand, or what's going to happen there?
Hopefully, whatever happens.
We actually had a good first 30 minutes of the show about that, and some good insights from Anthony just about how grading and works in general stuff that most people don't know. No, I'm out of questions, and it's almost midnight. So, you got anything?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I appreciate you guys having me on. This has been fun.
Anthony, I appreciate that. It's fun.
We'll have to have you guys on sometime with one of me.
I would love it. It'd be an honor, sir.
Yeah. We made it a 2-hour podcast. This is.
You see, Big Jon's trying to influence. You see how he's trying to do. Hey, I'm out of questions. If he got
I'm just saying, we know we talk for 3 hours, but I'm out of questions now. I don't know. Let's not drag it out.
We talked the other day around the holidays, trying to do less time, so it's all good. I just want to mess with him.
So, are we doing it next week, or where do you want to go?
Yeah, I think we should do it. Yeah.
All right.
Give people share some time with people for the break, for the holiday time, and we don't have to go, as long as we've gone in the past.
That'll be fair. It won't matter. And then, so I think we you got to do. You want to do 26 goals next week, or you want to wait out a week?
No, we could do. I could work on my 2026 goals.
Yeah. So Jordan, Smoothness, Favors, Zerny, everybody. Let's get like 2 or 3 goals for 2026 with cards. Have that conversation next week. I think that'll be fun. Trying to get what we want to do. You know how we do. We plan it out. We research.
Yeah. Hey, Anthony, before you get out of here, where is Giannis going to be playing in March?
I used to have a feeling he's going to end up staying in Milwaukee, but I would love to see him go to like one of the bigger teams, and actually like have a chance to like really compete year in and year out. The problem with him being in Milwaukee is like the only reason somebody would come there is because Giannis is there. You know what I mean? It's the same with Cleveland. Like no one wants to actually come to Cleveland unless LeBron James is there. You know what I mean? So I think he would have much better success in a market that is more prone to people wanting to come and play at, like in LA or, New York or something like that. Not that I think he'd be super successful in like, say, go into like a New York situation or something like that. I think he needs to find a good fit for himself, especially since he's getting a little older. I mean, what is he, like 30 years old now, 29, something like that. So as he's probably want to put some good younger talent around him to kind of carry him as he gets into his mid to late 30s.
Yeah, I just hope he's someplace else.
Yeah,
playing some meaningful basketball.
I would agree with that.
It's just ironic that as soon as you announce that he's talking to his team about possible future moves, there's a calf strike.
Didn't his brother just re-sign with the Bucks too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like, I would imagine that's probably part of like, hey, you need to stay here, your brother's here type thing. But definitely.
But when LeBron leaves, I know they're on different deals, but when LeBron leaves, Bronny's leaving.
Oh yeah.
When Giannis leaves.
I don't think it'll be Bronny's choice though. I think he's going to get the boot.
Word on the street, Big Jon. Anthony, LeBron's supposed to be a granddad. That's the last thing I get.
Is that verified? Because the 2 counts I've seen, I don't believe. I don't know. I'm not telling you a reliable source.
We'll see.
George says Soul is the big push. It looks like Soul is definitely the big push. I'm more of a Jada Parker fan myself, but I like Soul. I don't think her moveset is going to translate to the main roster like they think it is.
Is this wrestling talk right now?
It's wrestling, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Soul. All right.
Soul Ruka. She does. Oh. After I show you, forgot my Tanya I picked up.
Oh yeah, I saw it on your page. Very nice, sir.
Good.
Good action. Very nice.
So
that's got to go out to get graded, I believe.
Yeah, Smooth is coming with the real. Terrence Crawford retired. I personally don't think this is for long. I think Terrence Crawford will fight again and will be back.
Yeah, I think he's not paying no for those belts. He might as well retire.
Yeah, he just got
all up.
Yeah, so that's a great card though, Big Jon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you gonna grade that? What are you doing with that? Who you sending it to?
PSA. You know what I'm saying? That.
You do the GameStop or do you send it directly?
I use GameStop.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
Or PC Sports Cards.
Cool.
But I don't know. It may not even get a chance to get sent out. It may get sold in a couple weeks.
Do you guys ever send anywhere besides PSA? Like, you ever use CGC or Beckett or any of the other companies?
I use Beckett. I do Beckett, and I went to the West Coast Car Show and graded a car there with Beckett. Depending on the conditions of the card.
Yeah.
What's going on with the card determines if I'm going to go to PSA or Beckett.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, I'm not going to CGC, and I wasn't going to SGC.
So I used to submit to SGC.
Do I? Or
SGC when I first got back in the hobby. Before I really started reselling and trying to use my cards to fund the cars I actually want to buy. Mm-hmm. This one test collection ain't gonna buy itself.
Yeah, for sure.
I moved over to PSA, but I'd say right now I'd be on Fanatics Collects and I buy CGC cards all the time for my PC. I got a sick live out of 75.
Deals on them on Fanatics?
Yeah, I got a sick live out of 75 that I bought for $10. Pristine 10.
That's what's up. Is it like certain sellers you follow on there, or like what? Like I've looked at the app for they've sent me stuff as far as like, hey, if you come break with us, here's a $25 coupon. So I've looked at it in that regard, but I've never actually bought anything on there yet.
I don't use Fanatics Live because I hate Fanatics Live because the customer service I've had so many sign-on issues with Fanatics Live. I just don't use. I gave up. But Fanatics Collects, usually the Quiet Car podcast goes on Sunday, and we're just going on YouTube. We're just going through what's on the auctions. And I pick up things I like and deals. But I don't know.
How'd you say, Big Jon? I purchased a few things off Fanatics, and they came CGC.
Yeah. They're authenticated, but where's she at? This box is full of CGC slab.
I love CGC slab. It's probably my favorite slab as far as like clarity. It's got heft too, kind of like the Beckett slab does. I just like the way the card looks.
Yeah, it's crystal clear.
Yeah,
crystal clear. Feels good on the edges in your hand.
I like the boxes too. If you ever send this CGC, they send back these boxes that the cards come in. They're like just flip top cardboard boxes, but they have little slots that all the cards go in. So if you run out of spaces like this to store your slabs, it's really handy just to toss them in your closet, and then they're nicely separated. They're not going to scuff. So just like a nice little touch.
Big Jon, you got a few more gems you're gonna show us over there? You got
As
some-
usual, I can't find what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. Well, you had something you were coming with.
I don't know. I have a show in February, so I've been making value boxes and organizing. But I just think I might be doing a show this month and speeding this process up. So I gotta hurry up and get organized. Oh, that's what she did. Is she here? Is she?
Show you guys a couple that I just picked up. I've been buying a bunch of Marvel stuff lately. So I picked up this. It's an Amon Villani. She's Miss Marvel.
Very nice.
Marvel stuff. What else did I get? Picked up this one. It's the chick who plays Mantis.
Yes.
Into the Galaxy.
Yes.
I'll probably end up sending all this to PSA. And then this one too. Anthony Mackie, who plays Captain America. He's also in the new Twisted Metal series. Really big fan of that dude. So those are the most recent ones I picked up.
How is Twisted Metal series? I remember the game.
Good. Yeah, like surprisingly, it was really good. Samoa Joe is Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, he's Sweet Tooth.
Yeah.
Well, like this Jada Parker I got from Fanatics Collect.
That's what's up.
99, $5.
You can't beat that for $5. You can't beat any slab for $5.
It's snapped up for $5.
I'm pretty sure. What is it, like $18 to grade with them right now?
Yeah.
They upped it. I don't know if they upped it to 18 or whatever.
They have to buy $1.
Okay.
Like
that's a steal. Especially if they do end up becoming like the next, second biggest company in, grading as far as like sports cards go. That could be like good arbitrage you're getting there. What's up, Brendan? Good to see you, brother.
Brendan
in the house.
So yeah. I'll send you the video when I find it. She's around here somewhere.
Well, I don't have any more questions, Big Jon.
I'm in. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Anthony.
Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate both of you. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
See y'all later.